Hey guys, what is up today? This is Dalsu with Dalsu Plays, back with a little bit more City Skylines. Looking pretty New Orleans-y right now. We are having a few problems with traffic that we're still trying to suss out, but nothing that's going to cripple us or anything like that. Just get rid of steam here. Okay, so what is on the agenda? Well, first of all, we need to get more workers. That's the main thing that's kind of crippling our economy right now. So heavy on the residential zoning, I think. Last episode we had started this little neighborhood right here, which is about where the Treme is in actual New Orleans. So we'll just keep on working with that. I'm thinking about maybe tying it in down here. I don't know. It's tough to decide where you're going to tie things in because it does create traffic wherever you decide to do that. So we've already got a few intersections here, and we've got an intersection here on this one. So I'm thinking I might split off a one-way street, because one-way streets have the advantage of when they're going away from something, they don't cause an intersection. So for example, if we do that, this does not actually cause any kind of slowdown of traffic right here. That's the advantage. The disadvantage is people can't get out that way. So we're going to have to probably connect this one-way street in like that, which is going to cause an intersection. As you can see, cars have to stop, which is less than ideal, especially for a spot right there where people are just getting off the highway. If we turn up the speed, possibly we could see problems here, but probably not yet. Probably not until we've kind of filled this area. I'd like to do some pedestrian paths as well, because pedestrian paths are supposed to relieve traffic quite a bit. We might try to do a little bit of that this episode as well. Probably have to get a bus stop in there too at some point. And we're also going to have to keep up with destroying a lot of these buildings here. It's not letting me do it right now because I'm in the wrong view. It can be a little bit frustrating sometimes. You got to click that button. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and just do a little house cleaning here. It's a little bit annoying, but you got to do it. Should be getting close to the next upgrade fairly soon, particularly if we go ahead with this new neighborhood. So I guess we're just going to do it the way we've got it here, and we'll connect it to this road once here. Probably going to kind of have it go around the cemetery like that, a little bit further. Have it tie in again up there. Those will be the only two tie-ins onto this road, which will tie into this road, which ties into the highway. So, I mean, it's theoretically sound, I think. Yeah, so for here, we'll just do a couple roads like this. We won't connect them to the outside. It's less than ideal. We can do a better job than that. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's do it on the other side. Alright, there we go. I have a little bit of empty space here, but we'll just have to deal with that. Oh, these are one-way streets. I made a mistake. Sorry about that. It's not what we want to do at all. One-way streets will not work for interior roads for obvious reasons. A dead-end one-way street would be, well, that would be appropriate for New Orleans' style of city planning, I suppose. Okay, anyway. We'll just repeat that, but we'll do it even better this time, since we have a little bit better idea of what we're doing now. Fill in all that empty area. Great. And I'll just connect these roads here for a little bit better access, but the only way for them to get out is here, which doesn't matter. They're just going to be residential neighborhoods, so it shouldn't be a whole lot of through traffic. There we go. That looks great. Boom, boom. Okay. Let's make sure it's hooked up with water like it should be. We're doing fine on money. Nothing to worry about economically for the time being. Got over a $500,000. We're all good. For the time being, that can change rather quickly if you start investing too heavily in certain things. To fix this up to where it looks more like Jackson Square. We do like sidewalk pass all the way around it. Yeah, that looks better. That's definitely not what I want. What are you doing? I can't just fill that in, huh? It's too close. Alright, so we got the upgrade. City planning policies will allow us to divert traffic a bit. Oil's going to be big for us, I think, because New Orleans has a lot of oil. Tourism specialization, I don't know how it works exactly. Hotel accommodations, restaurants, other activities. Okay, well, that's fine. Free public transport is a policy that would lose us a lot of money. Heavy traffic ban is what I'm looking for. That will redirect any kind of cargo that's moving through. I don't care about doing that. Got a bevy of new roads here, just basically the same roads with different kind of stylings. Oil power plant, hospital, police headquarters, all these kind of, I don't know how bus station works. Jet ski rental, I've never heard of that. Okay, fishing pier would be cool. Fishing tours, these are like a bunch of new tourism buildings that I've never seen before. Skate park, that's pretty cool. So we'll deal with that as we go along. We're probably going to need these 3 buildings at the very least. A hospital, police quarters, and a fire station. So that'll be fine. Still can't buy a new place, but we don't really need a new place. We haven't even filled up half of what we've got. Of course, I don't really want to build up this way. I only bought this because I wanted the interstate. Alright, we'll turn the speed back up. It looks like this is kind of slowing down a little bit. And we're starting to want commercial a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get my zoning the way I want it to be. This is going to be all the French Quarter. It's about what it is in real life. And this is going to be the Treme. I'm not sure the actual borders of the Treme. Are we actually low on water finally? Okay. So we're going to have to throw down another pump over here. No big deal. Got plenty of money. So that ought to fix that problem. Looks like this intersection is causing a little bit of traffic. Just as I anticipated. We have an issue with sewage. Okay, let's check this out. Yep, it's about that time. Easily fixed. I'd love to get some oil specialization going, but most of the oil specialization in New Orleans is over here so far. Like there's a big, huge oil and gas plant over here. It's not actually on this map, called Norco. It's the name of the town it's in, and everyone calls it that. This is all oil, okay. This is all oil, plenty of oil here. So I don't know, we might do some like Lake Pontchartrain oil exploration. It just doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't suit what it's supposed to be, but I might just do it if our economy starts to suffer. We're having to go through this again and again and again, despite zoning tons of residential. Looks like we actually have a problem with garbage over here. So I'm going to throw down another dump. Still don't have the incinerator, but we only need 8,000 for that. We're currently at 5,500 about, so shouldn't take too long to get there. This traffic's not that bad, actually. Power, huh? Power's an issue, really. Even with this plant over here, well, all right. Why don't we do an oil power plant right next to it? And it's going to cause quite a lot of pollution, but it's the West Bank, so who cares? Sorry if there's any New Orleanians watching from the West Bank. Alright, so we've got our utilities problem solved, and we're still at a positive income. So I'm not too worried. And it looks like we're wanting a little bit of commercial. So I'm thinking this is a pretty prime spot for a bit of commercial access. Let's do that. And give me that brush. We'll get that done. Okay. This is also prime commercial real estate here. I'm going to do one of those fishing docks maybe. Where would that be? Probably under here, huh? That's quite cool. There are not actual fishing docks here. There are like some wharfs and stuff. Oh, they actually need road access. What about a pedestrian path? Does that work for you? Let's see. It's going to be here. No, it's going to be here. I always forget where the damn pedestrian path is. Does that work? Apparently not. Apparently we actually have to have a road going down there. So I'm going to destroy these. Because it's not worth making an intersection in my road right here. Yes, I know you're all very unhappy about that, but we'll remedy that sooner or later. It's not top priority right now. Right now we just want to make sure that things are flowing and we're making money and our population's getting bigger. What's next, by the way? Another purchase of land, some new unique buildings, taxation policies. Yeah, we're going to need a hospital. More vibrant nightlife. Yeah, we'll probably do some of this actually, sooner or later. Lots of new policies here. High density abilities and some new buildings as well. Finally get the incinerator as soon as we get there. Let's go and do a hospital. There is an actual hospital about right here, 2-lane hospital. So I'm going to put it there where it actually is. Although it might not be the most optimal space. I'd like to kind of recreate this. There's also another huge hospital over here called Charity Hospital, which is a very famous hospital that was the center of a lot of drama during Hurricane Katrina, but it's recently been shut down by Bobby Jindal. Basically because it was a state-sponsored hospital. Well, a taxpayer-sponsored hospital. Can't have that. Okay, so police headquarters is up here on Rampart Street, I believe. Somewhere on Rampart Street. Like, maybe about right here. And what was the other thing? A police headquarters. Is that what I just built? Oops, god damn it. I don't need two of them right next to each other. We cancel that one. That was a bit wasteful, but we've got plenty of money. What we're trying to do is click on this one. Okay, so yeah, this is the police headquarters. We are spending a bunch of money here, like I said, but we're really growing suddenly. A lot of leveling up happening in our city. Gentrification of Treme, which is happening in real life, is happening in our pixelated city as well. It's art reflecting life, I guess. I don't know why they represent this as kind of a hill. I don't think it's actually a hill at all. It's just a bend in the river. Very flat, but I guess there's kind of a buildup of soil there. Alright, we just need to keep vigilant for any problems that arise. Let's see, we've got our fire trucks there, so no issue. Traffic seems to be flowing okay. I don't mind if these guys wait a little while. This is becoming a pretty major intersection. Which it has to be. I guess we could make it a roundabout. That'd be very inaccurate. Canal Street up here as well. Alright, we're still suffering from a lack of workers. It doesn't seem quite as severe as it has been. But we just have to stay on top of it. Probably continue to let our population grow. Probably it'll grow if we don't even do anything, but we're going to do stuff. We're going to do stuff. That's our motto. I guess I could do, well, I guess this would be like kind of Gentilly area. I'm not super familiar with this area. I've spent most of my New Orleans life kind of along the river. Although I live over here now. I probably shouldn't tell people on the internet where I live, but it's a wide area. You're not going to find me. Anyway, up here is kind of, actually more like this is mid-city. So, actually, but that doesn't make sense because mid-city is past the actual interstate. But it's not this close to the lake. Anyway, we're not doing it exactly accurate, as I've said several times, so we won't sweat that too much. I'd love to buy this. This is where like the garden district is and the warehouse district and all that stuff, which is where I kind of want to put my focus. I mean, that's how the real city built out, was from the river back. The river was always the most desirable land. So we just got to get to 8,000 and we'll be able to do that. So probably just keep on kind of doing what I'm doing, making sure traffic's flowing, all services are met. Be nice to have another park. There is a cathedral right here in New Orleans, and behind the cathedral is a little garden. It used to have beautiful trees, and there are two alleyways along the cathedral. One's called Pirates Alley. It's famous because apparently it used to be the hangout of swashbucklers and stuff like Jean Lafitte. But we'll just throw down something there to... can I fit this in there? Can I fit this? It's either too small or too big, isn't it? We need just the right puzzle piece here. What exactly is this? This is a plaza. What is this? That's too small. That's not appropriate. None of this stuff seems super appropriate. What about unique buildings? What do we have? Statue of Wealth, right? What is this? Fountain of Life and Death we already have. We don't really have access to a lot of this stuff because we need certain prerequisites we have not yet met. Okay, well, no big deal there. We'll save that spot. Go ahead and de-zone it. I know we're losing population that way, but I suppose that does not matter a whole lot. I suppose we could continue on this way with the Faubourg Marigny, as it's called, although these are going to cause noise pollution if I do that. Probably realistically the best thing to do is just to start to construct this. I don't know that much about this area in real life is the only hesitancy I have, but it probably makes sense to start to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video there. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you'll like and subscribe and all that kind of good stuff. And continue to watch this series as we go through, talk about New Orleans history, and just generally enjoy the beauty that is City Skylines and the expansion. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.